Hey, Genesis family. So excited that you're joining us today for Map It Out Monday. Man, yesterday is an incredible day. Love the opportunity that I have and that I had yesterday to just kind of put a bow on the whole Reset series. And I encourage everybody, if you missed one of the weeks, I encourage you, go back, watch it in its entirety if you can. And I know that it's a little different how we did the format with the teaching and the reflection and application, but I encourage you, just go back, watch week one all the way through. And we just believe and trust that that little reset button is something that people hopefully for years to come, every time you see one, you're going to think about this series and what that is. So I encourage you to do that. And what I want to do today is I want to share just a little bit more about what we talked about yesterday, what I had the opportunity to share with you. And there's a verse that I want to start with, Philippians 4, 6, and 7. And I shared it yesterday, but I want to share it with you this morning. It says, "Do not be anxious about anything." We live in a world and a society where everybody's anxious. Everybody has worry, everybody has stress, but do not be anxious about anything. But in everything, by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be known to God. And then it says in verse 7, "And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your mind." What I want to do today is I want to take just a moment. As yesterday we talked about resetting your wallet. We talked about peace and generosity. And I want to talk a little bit more about that verse that I didn't get a chance to share a lot of detail about. I want to break it down just a little bit today and share that with you. Notice at the beginning it says, don't be anxious about anything. I've already pointed out yesterday and just a moment ago, we live in a world full of worry, stress, anxiety. It's everywhere you turn. Panic. Not peace. Panic is what's on every station. It's what's on everybody's mind, and everybody's heart is right now. It's just panic. So we want peace. So what does that look like? I love what it says here as we map out what today and what the week can look like as we map it out on this Monday. But in everything, by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be known to God. Some of you need to begin your work week on this Monday, and you need to pause and you need to pray. It says, but in everything you do should be bathed in prayer. In supplication, it says, with thanksgiving. With thanksgiving. So many times in our lives, we take out thanksgiving and we reserve it until we get everything that we want. Until we have that peace and experience the peace that we think we're longing for. It's that peace. That's when we give thanks. But this says, in everything, by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving. And so I encourage you on this Map It Out Monday. Our goal is that we would find peace. How do we find peace? By living generously. How can we do that on a daily basis? We start with prayer, making our requests known to God through thanksgiving. What did you do today to start your day? What did you do? Did you begin it in prayer? Are you bathing everything you do today in prayer? Are you bathing everything you do today in thanksgiving? Are you letting your requests be known to God? Oh, God doesn't care. God only wants the big stuff. No, God cares about every minute detail in your life. You've got to make those requests known to Him. Make those known to Him. On this day, as we walk out, we find peace. And we know, as we talked about yesterday, peace is a person. Spend intimate time with that person, the person of God. As you spend those moments with Him in prayer and supplication, giving thanks, it's at that moment that you begin to find peace. Notice it says love God first, then love others. What did you do today to show God how much you love Him? Before you can live generously, you've got to give God your prayers, bathe everything in thanksgiving and prayer before Him. And then the last part it says, and the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, we talked about that yesterday, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Map It Out Monday. Let's guard our hearts. Let's guard our minds. How do we do that? By bathing what we do in prayer. By submitting to who God is with thanksgiving. We guard our hearts. God, I'm not going to look at what other people have, and I'm not going to long for that. I'm not going to be envious of that or greedy of that. God, I'm going to be thankful for what you've given me. There's peace in my pocket right now. Stop trying to find peace in someone else's pocket. There's peace in your pocket. Do that. Guard your heart, guard your mind. Allow God to direct you because you spend moments with him in your day, throughout your day, in the evening, and allow God to work through you. Let's map out our days so that we can have peace that surpasses all understanding. Join me on Wednesday for Walk It Out Wednesday as we dive a little bit more into what the true generosity looks like.